Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Before we get Bedtime Stories episode number 371 on I Am Temple Grandin, I have to tell you a story on this whole how I first met Temple Grandin. I don't know what year, 2009, 2010. I was only 14. I have met Temple Grandin, which you're going to see in this book scene here, called I Am Temple Grandin. Now, in 2009 or 2010, I was only 14. I got a chance to meet Temple Grandin in person for the first time, and I'm not sure the only time it is at that time frame. Me, Mo, Mom, and Dad Butt were the only ones who were gonna meet Temple Grandin in person in Savannah Country Day. So yeah, that was 2009 or 2010. I'm not sure what year that was at the time. I was only 14. So there you go. So yeah, let's just read this now, shall we? So we got for us. I Am Temple Grandin. Published by Ordinary People Who Change the World. This is written by Brad Meltzer, illustrated by Christopher. I can't pronounce his last name. Sorry. Hope this book inspires you to overcome challenges and make positive differences in this world. Okay, good enough. And this was not been years. Published by Rocky Brown Books. Okay. So it makes sense now in any way, so there you go. Having more works now in any way, so there you go on that. Anyway. I Am Temple Grandin. Looks like I had cows in here, so there you go. Having more difference in any way, so there you go. Next page. Anyway. There's no one like me. There's no one like you. There was like great about being different. I was born with bright blue eyes, like me anyway, like a fluffy hair, and a dimple in my chin. But that's not what makes me different. From the start, my brother knew I wasn't like anyone else. Okay. Most babies like to look like people's eyes. I didn't like that at all. Why don't you look at me? Most babies love cuddling, but I loved sniffling and try to pull away. I was just trying to hug you. Wow. Most kids start to talk by age 2. Wow. I did it. Temple, say something. Maybe she can't hear us. Do your ears work? You know, and if you watch this, Temple, it makes sense to make farm animals more different, I'm allergic to peanuts, and that made me feel like diagnosed with autism. If you watch this, Temple, I wish you were autistic, but, that's just me. Next page. Anyway, my ears work fine. I could hear what people were saying, but when I tried to reply, the words wouldn't come out. I wanted to communicate with by screaming and flapping my arms. Please, Temple, just tell us what you want. Oh my God, is he gonna flap on your wings like a bird or something? I don't know. It's frustrating when no one understands you. It made me destructive. As a child, I would lie on walls. Like me, for instance. Break on vases. I don't do that. No. Chew up puzzle pieces. Not me. Not anymore, I don't. Spit them out. Silly. It's too much. Sorry. When I was 3 years old, my mother took me to the doctor. I have autism. I was only 18 months old when I had been diagnosed with autism. But back then, they didn't have a name for it. Being autistic means that was the way my brain works. Okay? Why? I see and experience things differently from other people. Some sounds feels like extra loud for me. Sometimes it's too much. Even the bright light of a spinning fan can feel to an extent, okay? She wants you to shut it off. Which the music, the lights, all of it. You know something? Heavy metal is my thing. Why would you cover your ears like that? You need to do something like that. That's good advice for you. Next page. To calm myself down, I enter my own little world. To focus my house on hours on things I love. She went into spinning pennies. Yup. Wow. How long do you have to been staring at it? Hours. Wow. She doesn't get bored. Never. My mother found a wonderful speech therapist who figured out how to help me communicate. I was nearly 4 years old when I spoke my first word, ba, which meant ball. Ba. That's right, Temple, you got it. Miss Reynolds was one of those doctors, okay? It wasn't easy for me. Sometimes when people talk to me, it turned away, refusing to face them. Temple, please look at me. Wow. Shirley Temple difference, isn't it? Anyway, most people look like eye contact, but for me, that felt to a sense. We'll see. Birthday parties were even harder for me. To my brain, all the noises, popping balloons, people bumping into each other. Wow. It felt like the noises of a freight train. Wow. The noise was sensible as well. If someone perfumed that was too strong, I couldn't focus on anything else. You know something? You should have been doing filmmaking like I do. You know, otherwise you have to be perfect, you know? Next page. To calm myself down, I go back to my inner world on the beach. I sit for hours, letting sand run through my fingers. I stare at any line in my hand like it's a map. Sometimes I spin myself just as a pay. It made me feel powerful, like I was in control. Wow. But my favorite thing of all was wrapping myself in a blanket and squeezing behind the couch cushions. Wow. It made me feel wow. The pressure was so lasting. That was one hug I can really love. Wow. I'm daydreaming there for hours. Yeah, it makes more sense because I really love making those whole things. You know, it can make more sense in any way. It can be more different the whole thing. So there you go. Next page. Anyway, at 5 years old, I started kindergarten. I didn't realize at the time, but my voice may sometimes sound wow. Okay. My body movements were sometimes stiff. If someone made fun of me, I lose my temper. Wow. Haha, she sounded like a robot. Be quiet. You know, but you know, when the best part about being different is sometimes you have the most original ideas. What are you doing, Temple? Making a kite? Doesn't look like a kite. Look like it fly. We'll see. I made my kite wings flat. Okay? It's been up a little flap on each end, but it doesn't look like any other kite. When I tied my tricycle. You know something? It makes sense. So, it had to be more different than this in any way. So, had to be more different than that, then it had to be good enough. So, there you go. Next page. Anyway. sword. I never seen a kite like that before. I never seen anyone like her. She's definitely one of the kind. Wow. I always loved to build things. My favorite book was about inventors. Quasi's moment made a metal reaper. Ellis Hall made a sewing machine. My grandfather. Wow. I also love asking questions over and over and over. Why is the sky blue? How do the clouds stay up? Yeah, I'm not just making up. What are clouds made of? Why is the green grass green? Why do tides go in and out? Yeah, I had the same questions as everything else. It can make more difference in the whole autistic childness. You know. Next page. Everyone's brain works in its own way. Some people learn by reading, some learn by listening, some by doing. But my brain seems to work in pictures, okay? When I read, I turn written words into color movies. Wow. If I see the purchase, praise, great day, I see a picture of Dax, a great day I once saw in my school. Then a picture of Helga, another dog I met. Okay? Then a picture of my aunt's dog. Then there's one from an advertisement. Then a word from the under, a picture of being underrated cafeteria table back in school. There's a submarine under the avatar and the Beatles singing Yellow Submarine. But there I watched the movie play in my head. The Great Dane is under the bridge. That makes sense. Well, it makes sense good enough. The Beatles to the Great Dane, it was under the bridge. So there you go. Next page. Anyway, my ability to see things differently is what helped me build that kite. Okay? I can see the structure in my head, but it also made it hard to teach me. I was too young to explain to anyone how my brain worked. Thankfully, my mother never gave up on me. There's your new school, Temple. You can do this. Just take it step by step. She said goodbye. I was ready at the pole, unsure how to connect, but the new teachers knew how to get me involved. Would you like to see our horses? Horses? Wow. Wow. Instead of forcing me to be like anyone else, they focused on the things I was interested in. Temple, would you like to see how horses interact? I'd love to, Mr. Brooks said. Anyway. A teacher. But anyway. They feature how my talents I've had. They encourage me to keep using them. I never seen a model rocket built like that. How did you do it? In my head, I can picture things the way to build things. Keep going, it's wonderful. And when I was sad, I dreamed of my machine, like a cushion on my sofa, to help soothe me and make me feel better. Good enough. It had to make you feel better. What you have to do is the hiding place, you know? Rather than just say, I'm not a scary cat from Cool Cat Saves Kids Board Jokes episode or Jeff Crick review. It makes more sense. I was a technician and filmmaker. You kind of make more difference than that for that reason. So there you go. Next page. Anyway, the most important summer of my life came during high school. When I went to visit my aunt in Arizona, okay? In a ranch, she was a squeeze cutting. When you hold animals so you give them some medicine, okay? I noticed that when the paddle squeezed shut, the animals got calmer. You see something you don't, Temple. Don't you, Temple? Excuse me, spoke anyway. They go in, and try it. At first, I was scared of the machine. I asked my aunt to squeeze the size and to get it to me. The first 5 seconds, my body panic went stiff. But in no time, a wave of relaxation took over. For 30 minutes, I felt calm. It was the first time I really truly comfortable with my own skin. You know something? Is it had to make more difference in the whole thing. So, there you go. It had to make more difference in the whole thing. So, yeah, makes sense in any way. Next page. Anyway, back in my school, some people thought it was weird and wanted me to be more normal. Wow. Luckily, one teacher encouraged me to make my own squeeze machine for people. I see the pictures in my head, then follow these pictures and build it. William Carlock said this. Okay? Then it's the first one that I made out of this plywood. Okay? What you know what relaxes you, Tempo? Now you have figured out why it relaxes you. You need science for that. Bring on science in college. It was one of the best lessons of my life. If it's going to be weird, in fact, but it can be fantastic, okay? One night, nervous about to go to college, I went up to my roof to think the building was under construction. I found a small door that led from the main roof to an even bigger roof with a bigger door, another door, something like that. Then I went through that door. The world seems so much larger. I knew what I had to do. Like my mother said, take it step by step, little by little, from one door to the next. Yeah, take that for that example, okay? Temple did a great job, so there you go. In college, built the second version of my squeeze machine. Once I finally got how good it felt to be held, I scared it making me feel. I finally understood what kindness was. Squeeze machine taught me how to pet my cat gently. Before that, I was always hugging him too tightly. It was good. I used to think my classmates were different. Now I realize what's different as well. I was autistic, a special adventurer, or something like that. And now I knew what was special about me. And there I was my purpose. To build things that would help anyone to be more generally caring. Got right to work as a cow cook, operator. I started studying animal behavior. I realized that when I put my hands on an animal, I could tell what it was going through. This cow is scared. I can feel its nervousness, something like that. I also understood that the right amount of firm pressure that really calm you down. I'm calling this a steer. Well, I want to help these animals. I'm here. There you go. I'm here for you. And oh, that was nice. Hugging that cow was very nice. Yeah, the pig, it will make more sense. But cows, okay. It's make more sense as well. Next page. Anyway. To figure out why animals were upset, I'm kneeling, got the precious. Something like that. These animals keep bumping into each other and getting hurt. Wow. We don't want to do something like that. I'm trying to look at the world through their eyes. I study them for hours and hours. Wow. Look at the sun in the sky. The cow are being driven there. They may refuse to move in the rising or setting sun because it's too bright. You're right. Okay. I knew what it was like to feel things to higher industry, something like that. But being autistic has helped me understand things in the ways no one else could. Okay? My visual thinking style have also helped me build things in the way they've never been built. I design cuts, pens, there are rounds where I notice their cow follow the curved path more easily. See how now they're happy. The cows were happy. Now they have to milk themselves and feed themselves in their animal side of things. So there you go with that. So there you go. Next page. Anyway. They have to do some. Oh, cows will swim in the next page? Okay, makes sense. Anyway. One time we were trying to figure out how to get the cows to walk down in the bath. Okay, I thought they're swimming. Okay. To get rid of all the bugs on them. For some reason, the cows wouldn't go down the ramp. Slippery, that's why they won't go. They're scared of falling. Wow. Some people were happy that the woman, much less an autistic one, was telling them what to do. They said my work with the cow behavior was a proper thing to study. In the end, the solution didn't work. Would you be scared going down the slippery ramp? I don't know if she got a point, you know? Exactly. To make it safer, we changed the ramp to steel, to concrete, grooves, to being footy. The cow started walking down the calmly and safely. You know, I agree, because falling down is scary. You know, I don't know what to do next, but that just makes more sense. So, there you go on that. We're nearly 40 minutes away from that book. Anyway, all across the country, companies brought me in to help. As always, I study the animals, I work with them, not against them. The cows are too excited, they're crashing into each other. They want to play. They can see their friends right here, there. They were just like kids separated on the playground. She's right again. Over and over, I proved that these were thinking creatures with real feelings. I love you too. Once we built a fence, the cows calmed down. From there, I took my message around the world, entire planet. Excuse me, forget it. Remind people that if you want to understand the autism spectrum, you need to also understand that the gift side is brave. I was one of those people who met him in person when I was 14. I value my ability to think visually and never want to lose it. You know, it makes sense, so there you go on that. It had to make a difference in any way. Next page. Anyway, in my life, people thought that I was different. They were right. I wouldn't want to be anyone else, but I want to be who I am. Be different lets me see things in a new way. It lets me see beauty in that others mess. It lets me prove that world that there's always never positive. It can be hard to try something new, but there's times where you'll be nervous or things will be too overwhelming. It's also okay to feel that way. When it happens, just start with a small step. Thank you. Then take another and another. One by little, little by little. When you do, try to do something. So there you go. Now I had to make more sense. The cows, the pigs, chickens, you name it, animal size. Last page, the book, and there's 2 more pages. So many pages left besides animals. Oh man, it's a lot of animal biographies. Anyway, you make a beautiful new path, and this is equally yours. I was one of those people. Okay, a study of cow behavior, changed the way people work with animals. Makes sense. Half of the cows in the U.S. and Canada, like me, U.S. people, us in the United States, are handling the equipment she designed to treat them more humanly. She's now Dr. Temple Grandin, okay, and is an author, okay, scientist and professor. Time magazine listed her as one of the 100 most influential people on the planet. Wow. I'm one of the 59 U.S. children have been identified as being on the autism spectrum. Okay? I was one of those people. Einstein, which is not boring to me, was also a visual thinker. She kept saying, picture of him in her house. Stupid idea, no. Dr. Grandin still gets bothered by loud noises on the edges of pants. She'll need quiet time. You know, I thought it was a he in the book, in the Bedtime Stories episode, but it was a she, so I'm screwed that up in Bedtime Stories episode in the beginning. So anyway, we need people who are different, who the world need to get better by doing the things with same way. Okay, it's better than creative and unoriginal thinking. We all have our gifts to give. Okay, share what you have with the planet. Share the things you love. There's a pig in there. Oh, it's so cute. Anyway, there's not just one right way. The world is more beautiful for it. I'm Temple Grandin, and I'm proud to be different. There you go. And that makes more difference in any way. So, there you go on that. So, it had to make more difference in the whole thing with the pig's difference. Now, she was from August 1947, and she's still alive. She's now in her 70s now. Okay? So there you go on that. So yeah, she's like Margaret Hamilton in style, man. So there you go. The world needs all kinds of minds, Temple Grandin said. So there you go. And yeah, it makes more sense anyway. And I'm going to read one last thing and we'll wrap things up. In memory of CJ, the little boy who proved the willpower being different at BEM. Wow. From a show, what happened to CJ? Okay. Is he, I don't know, dead or something? I don't know. Michelle Skyner's an educator, scientist, and good friend. CE. Anyway. For educational grocery, we use Temple Grandin's actual words were never possible. More of her true voice. We recommend and acknowledge above titles. Special thanks to incredible, inspiring Temple Grandin for input and early drafts. Learn more about it at templegrandin.com, which all makes sense now anyway. Which I haven't read this comic books, but yeah, anyway. This is copyrighted 2023, already reserved, published by Penguin Random House Incorporated, so book. So there you go on that, and it has to make more difference and all that. It's Independent Penguin Random House LLC, New York. So that was it was a series that inspired Xavier Rail and the Secret Museum of PBS Kids. So that was I Am Temple Grandin to my desk. It was spoken anyway. What did I think about this book? I think it was amazing. We're over the 30-minute episode mark, so just like vaping and saying other ones. So far, this book was a success. So that was Bedtime Stories episode number 331. Hope you enjoy it. I'm not sure what book I'm going to read next, but there are 4 more episodes left in my Bedtime Stories episodes that I need to read next, but we'll see what happens. Now, excuse me, I'm going to post them on social media. Not just 1, not 2, but 6 videos I need to upload on my second channel. And I'm also going to upload, let's just say, post some of my, I'm going to post some on social media. Yeah, I said it twice, sorry. I'm going to get ready for a stream hosted by, Remix Plum, and I'm going to edit this project. Till next time, so Joe's Bobby Sababa, good morning, so out. See ya.